Hey, best friend.
Hey, best friend, how you doing, boo?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm here, girl. It's been a struggle all week.
Well, the fact that you're here is marvelous because you where you supposed to be.
Girl, I'm supposed to be on the beach with somebody's son. That's what I'm supposed to be.
Well, this is the next best thing.
True that, true that. And I know we won't end in heartache.
So, hey, everybody. It's Poetic Divas LLC. Put some respect on it.
Because we do.
Yes. So we are here again. Um, I know we definitely need to get our glasses filled up because it's been a week. It's been a week and a day. It's been a lot.
Look, I apologize in advance, ladies and gentlemen, and best friend, but I got a kitten in here who got caught in my door when I was shutting them out, and she up here trying to get in the window, and the bitch is falling behind the chair and stuff. It's
You know,
a lot.
it's okay. I mean, she might want to be on the show. It's okay. It's okay.
She because she need a job. You know how much damn meow mix costs?
Listen, listen. It always costs a lot to feed the pussycats.
Rewind and press play on that shit. No pun
It
intended.
always costs a lot to feed the pussycats. And so there's that. Oh, we got some comments. Hey, Adrian Charleston. She said, I want to be on the beach with somebody's son too, laughing out loud.
Didn't you just come off vacation?
I mean, that don't mean she was on the beach.
True
Or with
that.
nobody's son. Like, come on.
But I just want the vacation. Like, the sun is gonna be like the BOGO with the wine. Like, it's gonna be a little shush. Like shush.
That's okay, because we're going to make some plans.
Girl. Plans
And
are
she,
not just for failure, they're for success. Like, people just be planning to fail. They'll be planning to succeed.
well, it all starts with a plan. Now, the outcome of that plan is negotiable.
But we need to discuss this how people
Oh, crap. Let me get my
don't
pen.
even plan nothing. Like they just feel like planning is beneath them or something. Like I
Well,
have no problem with spontaneity, but don't judge me. I'm trying to fix my setup real quick, y'all. I have no problem with spontaneity, but plan to be spontaneous.
mm,
Oh shit! I got both of the kittens in here. Oh, it's about to be
they
a
really, and I know that I
girl.
know why they in there. It's okay.
Get your furry butt off my damn shit.
We live, boo.
I'm sorry.
I know you.
You're about to push
Come
my
on back.
flowers off.
Come on back. It's, whew.
Let me get this glass because
Yeah,
that's
we're going to get the
I
glass
need this
because
glass. I need this glass because apparently which way?
I'm just going to fill my glass. I'm not even going to. Nope.
Okay. I'm trying to get to the center of this.
There you go.
Even though people ain't trying to get to the center. Oh, okay.
Don't even worry. I'm just filling my glass.
I'm wet. In a good spot. It's okay.
It's okay. It's all right.
Woo,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Pour this, off camera until y'all start paying me to pour stuff on camera.
I'm trying to tell you, and we are open to that. We will advertise your libations.
Mixed in all.
We can work at. We can work that.
Shoot, even bougie water and all. Like, salute.
Salute.
Which way? I'm on this side this week.
Okay.
Girl. Get your children out my room. She just threw all my stuff off. I'm on live on air. Get them out.
So yeah,
I'm a black
okay.
mom.
That's okay. You had to wrangle in your squad. You had to get things together. Okay. And so Adrian says she loves the hair. Thank you, Adrian. And she also said it wasn't the beach, laughing out loud. And then she said, "Oh my," to all that just occurred because it was a lot. So okay, we're gonna sip, and I do have some poetry for later. I have one
Ooh,
piece I would like to share tonight.
hold on, because we are the Poetic Divas and we hardly ever do poetry on the show. So we're going to change that. Y'all can get a lot of free writes, a lot of stuff, maybe write into suggestions or polls or just, hidden inhibitions. And
Oh, not the hidden in a bit. You know what? Nope. Nope. Okay. So would
this
you
is what
like see? I told you she wanted to I told you she wanted to be on TV. Well, on screen. Okay. I'm gonna go with our pose.
Yes, please. I'm going to sit and
Okay.
calm my nerves.
Calm your nerves. The first poll that we have for this show is: would you knowingly choose to date someone who is your total opposite?
Not knowing. I mean, I have done it. Like, I think like everybody has done this, inadvertently or, just accidentally, or you chose to do that because you felt like you were a lot, therefore, but you felt like you were a lot, therefore you wanted the opposite to help calm you down. This is this kind of show, we laugh, we mothers, we grandmothers, we a lot. So you're welcome. So I feel like everybody's done that and not knowing that they were the opposite, but then you got so far into the situation that you were there. You was like, I don't want to just leave you because you don't put the cap back on the toothpaste, or you don't know how to put the toilet paper on the rack or something. Like that may or may not happen in my life.
Okay. All right. You know what? I have, and I'm not opposed to doing it again because apparently it's a lot of adventures in the dating world.
This is why I don't date.
And so, just to share the results of the poll, 86% said yes, 14% said no.
I want to know how that worked out for y'all. 86%. Is it still working out, or did it stop once you reach the point of like, I just cannot?
Yeah, because there's levels to it.
It is. And to just be like, yes, this is what I want. This is how I need it to be. And, oh, we opposite, but we still work.
And sometimes, those opposites attract, so to speak, or they kind of play off each other to where you're probably like a really interesting couple. Like you got one that doesn't like to do anything and one that likes to go everywhere, and then if you can find that balance,
That could work.
it's all about the balance or balance beam.
Or counterbalancing. Shout out to a dope poet who wrote that line. No, you know what I think? And this is just me. I feel like every relationship you go in, you're going to have opposite portions of it or personality traits of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it becomes a problem when your morals and your values on the extreme opposite level. And people don't understand the art of compromise, the art of letting stuff be, and not judging them. People but they tend to try to enforce their values and views on you, knowingly or unknowingly. And, they just think like, if I do that, then like, we're good. Like, if you can't deal with this, then you can't deal with me and we can't deal together. You sound like you in 2-year-old and damn preschool trying to figure out if you can eat this crayon or not. That's what I think. Like, it's all about maturity and how you deal with situations.
Right. And there are some people that are well into their 40s, 50s, and 60s, and they have not matured in the areas of adult communication, and thus it has greatly impacted their ability to flourish as an adult.
Or to populate the human the population as an adult, like.
Yep. So there's that. It's still not okay. They're still taking
He's my
over.
two-legged child.
Oh, okay. So just let me know if you're ready. If you're ready to go to the next poll.
I'm ready to be a goonie. Go.
Okay. So this Wednesday's poll was, are your intimate desires respected?
Now, intimate desires does not necessarily be synonymous with sex. I just want to throw that disclaimer out for
Absolutely.
people who like disclaimers.
Yes. So,
Oh, bitch, we kind of travel together, huh? I didn't even notice, but I noticed.
well, you know, this. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so I guess I'm on the receiving end, which I like to receive. Okay, of questions this week. I think rewind the question and press play.
Are your intimate desires respected? And you did throw out the disclaimer that this is not necessarily sexual, because intimacy has levels.
Ooh, like Dante.
Okay. So, how do you feel about it?
I feel personally, yes, with the caveat of when I'm in certain situationships type of things, like, I'm very vocal about what I like, what I prefer, what I don't like, what I don't prefer. But that necessarily means that, it's like a full red, like BDSM shout out, it's green, yellow, and red. Like red is the hard limit. You ain't fitting to like shit on me or none of that. Like, so that's the way I approach a lot of situations. It's like green, go. Yellow, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna work out the logistics. Red, hell no, to the no, to the no, to the no. Like, I'm not volunteering to go to hell. That's what my definition is. So I feel like yes, they are, because I am able to have those conversations with people that I'm involved with, that when I'm involved with on an intimate level. Not necessarily saying that we're having sex, but saying that we're having communications openly enough that I'm freely able to express what I dislike and like. That makes sense.
Very good. I would have to say that I feel as if my intimate desires are respected. There are relationships that I have been in where it came to a point where it didn't work for me anymore. And I expressed that, and my thoughts and concerns were respected. And I think a lot of times you can test the respect of the dialogue or the situation down the line as time goes on. If you're still able to have some type of communication with this person, is it hostile? Do you see each other out and it's awkward? So I would say for the most part that yes, my intimate desires have been respected overall.
Okay, now here's a question, and just me. playing devil's advocate because I can, even though I ain't going to hell to, verify, cross-verify this reference. But I feel like I am still, because I have such an open communication with the people that I am intimate with, or less intimate with in conversation and getting to know them on an intimate level, not necessarily a sexual level, that I can still have those conversations to this day. Like with,
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty cool with like most of my exes. It's maybe like two, the stalk and whatnot that I'm not really talking to. But for the most part, I can, really have a open communication with all my exes. And that's a blessing because we respect each other enough to realize that even though the relationship didn't work, friendship still works because the friendship was in place prior to or during or cultivated as along with the relationship.
Yes, yes. I very much agree with that. And that's when you know that you found a person that can be in your life for the long haul. In whatever capacity is acceptable for the both of you. So that is very much important. So I don't know if when people took the poll, were they very much thinking about a sexual relationship? If they pondered the platonic? I don't know. If you answered the poll and you're watching, throw it in the comments.
But you know what? I've had I ain't even gonna lie and say I can pull it up right now because that's been my day. But we had a lot of dialogue that people would answer. They would comment on the poll. And when you do comments on the polls, it goes directly to me. It's not out in the world for everybody to see or read, especially if you wanted to discuss some stuff. And I've had a lot of people, it's like, that's an interesting question. I was like, well, what do you say? And then it was like, I can't really say yes or no, and this is why. And they would go into the dialogue of, is this a sexual intimacy? Is this a friendship intimacy? Is this a past relationship? Is this an intimacy amongst siblings, amongst parents, amongst children? Like, and it was really, really interesting to hear what y'all had to say. So shout out to all y'all that, DM me about that shit, because it was delicious.
Yes. We love dialogue. We love it.
Broken down and put together.
Yes, it is the cornerstone of society.
People don't even understand the term cornerstone. I just want to throw that
Okay,
out.
you know what? We're not going to do this.
It's not even a bad thing. I like people think of cornerstone as literally, but then you could actually do it metaphysically and abstractly, like cornerstones of the church, cornerstones of your relationships, cornerstones on learning yourself. Like it's a whole Dante level. Like, so I was just like,
Yes. Oh, and you know what? It is our 1-year anniversary.
What? Pull over, that year's been fat. Pull over, this year's been fat. Okay.
So, we're going to plan a little something fun for y'all in 2 weeks. Right, our anniversary show.
It's not today. It was, I think it was yesterday or the day before. We knew it was in August. And the reason that we knew it was in August because we stopped, the Boss Brains thing. We started doing our individual thing. So it like crossed over, cross-contaminated, left over. It was just like within a short amount of space. So that's why we didn't know particularly, but we knew it was coming up because we was like, yo, I think we got an anniversary coming up, girl. And I was thinking like, oh, this is my wife's anniversary. What year we on? We've been here 20-some years. Like, I need to look and see what kind of linens or paper products I need to give you. Like
the friendship scroll. We're gonna do the friendship scroll.
Yes. So so I was just like, okay, cool. So we're gonna plan because our last show was an excursion, which was amazing. If you didn't watch that,
go back.
Chop it up with Bishop Omega. You need to go back and watch that because we went in.
It was good times. Good times.
It was. And apparently people really love to see and hear those stories. Like, we might do it a little bit more frequently. We're not saying like every other week, but like we might move it up a little bit instead of the length that we had planned out. because y'all like to hear those stories, that comes out of other people's mouths about us. I don't know why. Get it straight from the horse's mouth, but I mean, I guess it's cool to hear that, from other people.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what is happening, but do you need me to send help?
My two-legged child is wandering to and fro. It's just your father's house.
No, I gave you time.
Are you really gonna do this? Are you really gonna do this?
I'm sorry. I'm a mom, foremost in frontier. We will speak after I'm finished live on air. Ladies and gentlemen, don't have kids.
And for most, it is too late. But if it's not, make your decision wisely.
Look, I am a mom for real. Like, I can multitask. I will go off a subject. I'll be here spitting poems or whatever. I will pause my poem, regulate my child, tell them to go do some shit, and get right back to the poem. Like, I ain't never stop and say sorry after the fact. Like, that's my style of parenting. I'm like, shh, I love y'all, but they fell out me, so I got to make sure they're straight. So,
I put up a piece of paper.
I know, because you're so good. You're so respectful. You're so like, look,
Trying, but I'm not.
I'm the opposite. Like, I'll be like, look, and I try. That's why I usually, okay, so when we do these shows, I tell, my kids all, two-legged, and then the two four-legged ones that I currently have. I don't know what happened. I shut my door. I'll be like, look, I'm on the call, whatever. But today I was running late. Life was life. Life was beating me down. Like, I was really just gonna like crawl into my bed and tell my best friend to hold down the show by herself. That's how I felt. Because that's what this week and this day has been for me. Mm-hmm. So I'm so grateful for my best friend. She'd be like, oh, bitch, your fur done fell off like you put nail on your back. I love you so much, because I ain't even have to say nothing. I just looked and she's like, oh, let me go ahead and get this shit together.
Right. Let me
my best friend ain't with this shit tonight.
We ain't about the shits today, but we got this.
You don't have a real best friend like that. I don't know what you're doing with your life.
You alive, but you ain't living.
Girl, I'm the Walking Dead. I'm a zombie of somebody. Well, I might do that poem tonight, because I know.
Out. So I have my poem. It's rough, it's a little rough, rough.
I'm sorry.
But you know what? Y'all gonna get this rough Brillo pad ass poem tonight.
You know what? It don't even matter if it's rough or not. We're gonna start doing poetry every show. Maybe be rough, maybe be something finished, maybe even something inspired. But we're getting back to our roots, because apparently the world is not really gonna open all the way back up anytime soon. Shout out to COVID. You doing your damn thing. You doing your thug dizzle. Like, I'm not happy about you, but you're consistently scoring 30s in the poetry world. So we're gonna start doing more poetry up here. And get all these rough drafts and these poems that we can't perform because people ain't getting vaccinated and whatnot, and COVID is still out here whooping our ass. So yeah, I'm preparing for another shutdown, because I work in a hospital and I hate it here because I haven't stopped working and I don't get none of that extra money that I had to pay. So I'm a little bit there. Bars. I just want to say.
I mean, we're not going to even get into the controversy of to vax or not, because that's very, very layered and heated, and yeah.
It's not even the concern of the vaccination on my part. It's concern for the disease in general. Like, for real. Like, you really, like, you up here like long stamina tail, like you a sex pill to sell at the sex store, just going and going and going. Like, when you gonna stop? I'm sorry. I'm a little stressed. I ain't even gonna say a little. I'm a lot stressed because I am a healthcare worker. So what break? What shut down? Or work from home? Like it's been double time. I feel like a child. I feel like a hoe on a stroller on the damn corner sometimes. It's like. You know it too, boo, because you work in the other end of pharmaceuticals, but I mean, at least you had the option, a little bit free. I'm like
I know.
shake this virus.
I know. But what I can say is that I am thankful that I've been able to be employed throughout this time.
Hallelujah.
That's all I can say. It's just
You right.
I'm
And
gonna read some comments. Adrian
oh,
said, "Do you know what today is? It's your anniversary." Yes. Hey, Courtney. She said, "Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all look beautiful. Thank you, Courtney." And she also said, "Listen, my 3-year-old just went to sleep. These babies, these children, how they be running our life." Hey, George. He said, "There she goes with her wine glass." I don't know if that was you or me, but you know what?
that
Shout
was
out,
me.
shout out to
I
her.
love George. Like George is my new best friend. We met at ES officially. We've known each other on Facebook and social media. But like, you into the fold. You like the fold of the fufa, like you me.
Oh my God, not the food for
He the
fold.
fold of the fufa. I love him.
Gosh, that is a very warm place.
Warm, sensual. You will be safe.
He said both, and he sent heart eyes.
Look,
Thank you for stopping by. You're new at the playground. Thank you
he.
for coming over. And he said, "Listen, shit, she's the bomb." Yeah.
Look, we have. I know a lot of our regulars are not here because there's another dope ass show going on in Fayetteville with a lot of heavy hitters. So a lot of our, normal people are
The
attending that.
fam.
But we know we couldn't attend that show because we were here for this show. But
Mhm.
they're gonna say they told us, on me in an inbox, like we're gonna rewind and watch on the rebroadcast. So we appreciate you. You shout out to all the people doing dope ass poetry. I
That's
know the
right.
world opened up a little bit, it's open up past the
Little
virgin,
peephole, like a little crack.
like a virgin in heat. That's
Oh,
prom
yep,
night.
yep, yep.
So, we appreciate all the dope poets going there. We appreciate all the venues and the people facilitating these shows, in the midst of this pandemic, and you never know, we might pop in and out like we normally do to other stuff.
You know how we do. We try to spread the love, the
Mm-hmm.
support, the appreciation. Unlike some self-centered people. I'm sorry. I just had a moment. I got real hot around my neck. Excuse me. I have another comment to read. Oh, George said, it's bad when we keep it real and we vibe so well. I was like, oh shit. She said she came to find me and made a point to introduce herself. That is love. That is love.
I am the type of person, like, I love people, I love energy, and I sit back and watch. Like, if I don't really know you, I sit back and watch how you move, in social media and in real life. And, that's how I ran across George. Like, I saw him on social media one night. I was like, I done slid into his lives and stuff. I was like, oh, okay. And then I had the opportunity to actually meet him and speak to him. I was like, I knew, I knew. So,
That's
like, if I
good.
see you and I speak, like, it's not just I'm speaking just because I want to be recognized. I'm speaking because I recognize something in you and our exchange that I want to gravitate towards. I want to learn a little bit more about. Like, you might be a tribe member and I didn't even know.
Right.
That's what I do. I can't speak for anybody else. I can speak for my best friend, but I would not. She'll tell me that.
Well, do you know what poem you would like to share to me?
I know the poem that I want to share is the one that you are about to share, but you want me to go first, don't you?
I can go first. I just didn't know if you was ready for me to go. I can do
Look,
it.
I'm ready for you to go. I'm doing some new rough draft shit that you heard the other night. You know, you and Adrian heard. Y'all
Okay,
heard that.
okay,
That's
okay,
what I
okay.
was gonna do.
Okay. So this I have not shared at all. It's real new. It's real fresh.
No shit. Okay, I'm sorry.
I know that I used to love that. To keep me
Oh my
right here.
God, I missed that shit. One day.
This is currently untitled. It's August 2021. I mean, it's August 1963. I mean, I'm losing track of the dates and times I'm living in. I am full and empty simultaneously, drenched in tears while holding up my eyes with toothpicks, craving optimism in a world that offers no solace. We continue to get up and show up. Maybe this is why they lean on us. That's the only way to extinguish this fire burning from inside. We come back, we thrive, we revive ourselves even when you bury us. We come back in the next life still strong, still fighting like we never left. Is this life in August 1963? In August 2021? It's all the same. Nothing has changed, only the outfit, only the attire. And just as a reminder, demonizing what you can't understand is a cop out to explain a lack of knowledge. Is this the reason why they call them cops? Not able to grasp the definition of protect and serve unless it's self-serving. Instead, grasping guns to serve as weapons to protect egos. I don't know much, but I know that even crimes punishable by death have to wait for the trial of their peers. And it appears that Black bodies have been on trial since birth. As we peer upon our brothers and sisters dying by the hands of oppression, it's August 2021, and some say it feels like August 1963. In peace.
Bitch! Bitch! Why you hear this shit so damn, bitch?
Because it's literally so unfinished that I just added a couple of things today. Like today.
Bitch. You know how many damn unfinished furniture shops sell damn shit for $49 million, bitch?
Stop it.
You better stop that shit.
So yeah, I took a completely different turn. I felt like I wanted to share something completely different.
But
So
you're
that's
gonna
what I
you
did.
gonna go back to your old favorites though, you know, because we doing a little poetry tonight. We doing a little poetry.
So I'm tagging you in, and I guess I'll see what else I want to share.
You better follow that shit up like an enema of some.
Ooh, no, not the enema.
I'm sorry. You know my mouth ain't shit. I'm sorry, but you like it because you
It's
show
okay.
up. I'm just saying.
Right.
So
They
I'm
might
reading
like
the
it.
poem that I read to my girls yesterday, and of course I changed it since then. Don't kill me.
Done. Nope. Not doing this. Nope.
Look, anybody who knows me, like I write a lot of poems, and I'm old school, so like I have like these note cards of the same poem. Like I have this is the first 4 versions of the same poem that I wrote on paper and in my notebook. So it's really like up to 7 versions of the poem because I like to write shit down because it helps me memorize and to calibrate where my transition should be. So I thought it was at a good point. I shared it with my ladies last night. And as I was rewriting it today, I was working on the transitions. So y'all know most of the poem, a subtle transition change. I love y'all.
Okay.
It's too late. We're friends. We're family. So it's too late. Anytime we know each other's kids' names and we can talk to them, we family.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Love me.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Right. So I am working. I'm gonna disclaim this, not really, because it's our show. I'm working on a new set of poetry, of poems for a couple of shows next month. So yeah, I'm really gonna use this platform to help me finish that shit out, along with my girls.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. So maybe the title's gonna be Days. I'm thinking Days. Most of my days run together like watercolors on moist, blank canvas. I am told there's beauty in my chaos, and some days I believe it, but most days it just feels like oil trying to escape the water while I absorb the idea of hope back in. It's an abstract concept and just as elusive as me. So I'm forced to watch the idea crumble before being washed away by the reality that I live. I wish I could change mediums as easily as artists. I wish I could change emotions as easily as artists change mediums, but my heart doesn't work that
Mm.
way. Tis a stubborn thing like me. So on those good days, our memories are the most delicate strokes of joy from the finest brushes we never knew we needed, leaving others to marvel at how effortlessly we seem to fit, like we're just souls dancing to each other's heartbeat before ever physically meeting, or was it listening to our bodies haunting melodies, and then we kissed. And I knew this was everything I would ever dream of. You know, we knew each other in a past life. Before corruption composed every atom, and I am still in awe of it all. The fact that I could recognize flesh of my flesh before the first time we ever met. I guess it knew better than we did.
Mm.
I wish that time would mature forgiveness and us. Instead, it just broke us on the inside, pulling me from by your side. And I know now why we won't ever be complete or ready to just live in here. See, every day of every second, you manage to live in me. Fill up every crevice, fold, and breath, and I know that you enter me through that kiss. And that type of energy is impossible to transform, let alone transfer. And now we're just bound, connected with roots like ancestors who crave our balance, yin to yang, peace even when we stop reaching. So, how can I stop counterbalancing when I never knew I was even falling down or up, away from being so centered? Now, just show me how to carry light and love when you are in every molecule of me. And you left no room, just darkness. So there will be no help to save me. And these tears are only Mayday signaling nothing but a hapless wish. Because I wish we wouldn't stand here between light and dark, shadow and something much more. And I'm drowning here with all the children you left inside of me. Never mind the fact that I couldn't carry them and you refused to bear. So now we're birthing this craziness instead of willingly being lost in the in between. And that void and emptiness will always ultimately win, allowing you to become this living legacy, like all the things not said. So I will give you this poem as your flowers. Enjoy, because words offer very little. Because words offer very little comfort now. There used to be a safe haven, a shameless way to purge on all the things that threaten to destroy me. Someone told me that love is supposed to make us immortal, not sign away the language of our life story just to mute what was never understood. Perhaps this will be my darkest hour or my darkest days. And it just sickens me like COVID corrupting my lungs and everything. And I just can't breathe here, remembering all the promises that you will never make come true. So I hold this photo and you closer. Happy that I'm suffocating in this death spiral, but maybe if I quarantine now, the loneliness won't spread. And the silence is so terribly loud now. It is trapped in a glass house of everyone else's creation. So allow me to put this pain on display. Frame my truth with your misery while repeating your mantra. distance is healing. Distance is healing. Distance is healing, but this distance insists in my soul that it's just ending for me. And there's only so much more that I can hold you in that instance in the same chest without praying for death or just not praying for you. I won't allow you to continue to construct trauma out of my life, so I will embrace this pain. Allow the anger and the regret to remain in my forefront because this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will no longer ignore it for you or our love. So,
I had to mute myself because I ain't wanna do like I did last night. So I had to put myself on timeout and restrictions.
look, I put myself on timeout restrictions all the time until my mouth open. I'm like, ah.
Listen, I already told you how I feel about that piece.
Look, I'm just trying to find the words to make it relevant to everybody else's life. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, cause like, you know me, I will write down a whole concept of a poem and it'd be raw emotion, and then I go back and I'm like, not saying to the emotions that the people or the situation called me, but to how I approached it. So that I try to like make it universal, if that makes sense. Because sometimes people can't hear the pain until they go through a broken relationship. People can't hear the love until they are in love. Like it's layers.
Yeah. Well, you did that piece.
Thank you, thank you. Don't touch yourself too much.
Listen. Ooh. Okay. So, I mean, are you sharing another one?
No, you sharing another one. It's your go. We doing poetry tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Poetic Divas are doing what we do best. But we're sharing, unfinished work. So don't judge us too harshly, but just know there's love in our craft. And we are practicing for when the world opens back up and we can actually get out there and do stuff, minus virtually. Even though virtually is cool. Like we like to see y'all, interact with y'all, but at the same time, it's something about being on the stage with people in the audience judging you or listening to your work in person that is kinetic.
Okay, all right, okay. So this is a really old piece.
Oh shit!
Oh shit. Dear unconventional lover, I hope these thoughts find you in a place I'm not in. For now, I have placed myself in front of the mirror, carefully examining self-inflicted wounds, promising myself more, not knowing if or when I will be able to deliver. I have given more of me than I anticipated without asking if you were prepared for the overflow. The slow faucet drip of essence was constant, so now I'm imagining it will take time to fix what was broken when the flood began. If forced to be honest, I would say that I allowed you to restart the dead parts of me. Not asking why you desired for me to run. Now I'm running and not sure which way. I fell hard for you, no. I fell into you, appreciating the curves of your mind and following the contours of your heart. And I hate this foolish way my heart chooses to latch on to the possibilities that my mind deems irrational. My pride stripped down to an exercise in survival, keeping me at the breaking point, but not allowing me to break free of these thoughts of you. I would rather remain strong and never admit that you are one of the reasons I practice being heartless, opting to use placebos to fill the space where my heart once lived. My safe word is run. So I keep up pace with my emotions as they attempt to take over. So when you look for me without discovery, just know that I am safe, out of the way of love's calamity. Signed, the Roadrunner.
Remember when it's a fucking, he's a runner, he's a track star. You know,
Listen, I feel like you just did a DJ Supreme. Shout out to DJ Supreme birthday
woo, his birthday
a
was
couple
this
days
week.
ago.
Shout out.
Yeah. But he would
Mm.
always play that song beat after your piece, man.
Like any piece you did, he like came back and was like, yo, oh, that's what you did. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
And he go ahead and compliment that shit.
Yes.
Maybe he should be a matchmaker. He can compliment a lot of shit.
Well,
this wine is good.
well.
So,
I
I
don't know. What we doing? What we doing?
So the audience doesn't know. Sometimes I write erotic shit.
This what we doing?
So I've been working on this piece for the last year. I haven't finished it. I've performed it twice, maybe. You've heard it 7 million times, best friend.
I'm just,
But I am actually focused on getting this piece together.
Oh.
And delivering it to the world. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and read it on air, and then when people come back, they can tell me if they liked it or no, or maybe I should throw it back, or maybe I should just be sexual in my own nature and not try to write a poem about it. So, but in my defense, or in my thought process, I've been on Clubhouse a lot lately, listening to poetry. It's been really inspirational. I found a lot of good poems, a lot of good poets, and then a lot of not so good poems, a lot of good poets. So I am working on finishing this poem that I may do at the next show next month. And I just want to do it because my best friend is up here on the poem with me.
Oh shit. Look, I gotta lean in.
I'm doing popsicle, right?
Oh shit. Okay, let me lay back.
You got to resurrect yourself because I gotta read. Okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe Adrian, type in resurrection symbols. You enjoy it. It's resurrection when she dies.
I'm done. Okay.
So put a cross in and stuff. Put the blood of Jesus Christ like yourself.
Ooh. Let me hold my mule.
You hold your mule in like the hem of his garm. Just hold.
You know what? You know what?
Look, we're gonna go back and read his comments on our friends who are already having a show tonight. Because I feel like when they go back and read this and watch this, they're gonna be like, yo, y'all showed out and we showed out. And I wish I could have video for them showing out.
But listen, so you know how they always say, touching the hem of his garm. But if you're like taller than the average person, are you able to touch his belt buckle? And if you are you able to get your prayers answered quicker? I just Rise. I couldn't help it. Like,
look,
that was a whole backstory, but nevertheless.
You asking valid questions like, does Jesus validate my damn parking? Like, I just need to know this stuff before I go. Like,
I didn't ask nothing about parking, but I'm
just saying. You asked about touching his garm as opposed to his belt because you shorter. Like, you asked about parking. You went to the party. You were chilling. You were like, hey, I need to validate my parking before I leave. No. I am away. When I get to heaven, I get reimbursed. It's like pet insurance. Okay, never mind.
Your poem, because you left, and I know it's partly my fault, but we're back.
Okay, I'm back. So chime in, help me out. I don't know what the hell's going on. So this poem's called Popsicle. I don't know what's going on.
Popsicle.
Right. Some days I suck dick like popsicle. Slow, deep, delicate. Deliberately give it into the cold, limp form, milking it until it grows. Springs up to touch the tip of my nose. It is thin. I know you're ready. No, able to get this work. So first I use jaws like handheld vacs, gently working to remove that stubborn orgasm trapped almost as deep as you were in me. Now grab hold of hair and me, because I plan on staying right here, pressed deeply into all that God created. I am consuming you while you consume me, begging to release every grain of resistance out of this composure. You moan, I scream, while pressing deeper into the trenches of esophaguses that don't even know the real meaning of chemistry. So lean into me. Give it up until you release like an exhale, and soon you'll be able to swallow your desperations and me. Heaven be damned. But still, you may enter.
Mm.
Granted that it will be something more of a love scene that Jesus didn't even mean to make. Do you mind if I sample your soul before I take it up there? Allow it to watch me gather you to the edges of reality, and then you will know that grabbing hold is something more than spiritual. It is emotional and physical. Will you allow me to suck your dick like lifesaver, feverishly, chaotic, never knowing how to savor anybody else's flavor? Instead, you desire to break it and me into a million pieces like pop rocks before admiring the little explosions on the roof of your mouth. So you are delicious, thick, like peanut butter, and filled with just as much protein. And I will work it out. Make you swallow harder than anything else you could desire. It'll be like a milkshake, and you won't stop me from trying until I taste all of your soul food as it is injected in between my esophagus and trachea. So let me breathe this in. You can call me Big Daddy, Mac. While I discover the moisture within your sac, let me suck it like fatback. My jaws have massive kegels just like my pussy, and the pressure is just as strong yet tender, succulent, like collard greens cooked right. Care to desire me? Or simply flip it and loosen bowels anally, or is that just too much for now? But I'm telling you, it just fits right in. But if you relax, it'll be a little more pleasurable. As I rearrange your members to the top of my plate, you need not worry about filling me up, just leveling up to be better. Double tap that stroke game, for God's sake, until my gravy is ready to pour down you. And my neck is filled, as well as my palms, cheeks, and lips. Don't worry, because I'm not finished yet. This is just a pre-cum. And I don't want to stop tending to this dick. I remove my lips, allow my tongue to trace down your inner thighs. I search for the last spoons of candy yams, and it won't be available until the next holiday, but I'll wait. Maybe I'll just play hacky sack with your shaft, palming you until your blue balls subside. And it's definitely now called the big chicken, so I will save it for you, because you're the head of this plate. And I hope the itis doesn't put a spell on me and you, just a slight trance that I won't stop sucking your dick until it throbs, then presses like a mass murderer that needs to be caught. Afterwards, we can argue what laws you broke. You can make me pray for it, because someone needs to pray for it and me to be poured up and over all your inhibitions, and watch the cum fall off as I lick it up. Sip it up. Allow myself to swallow all the things that I never knew that I could swallow, because protein, man, it's the best damn thing since water. And just as important to an organ Now, your thighs on my neck, sort of like cold grits. They make my face remember all the dark times I had to walk to school to learn how to do you. And I was in school, and everything is moisturized here. We're like old school, like penny store candy old school, where you can go in with $5 and enter with and leave with more than just $5 because we value your money here. And I use my vocal cords to express that as you grab the back of my neck and you choke me back, urging me to finish you. But I can just tell you that I'm not a sweet tooth. You won't remove me like a Tootsie Pop out your mouth. Maybe 1, 2, 3 slops, and maybe my knees will drop across your chin and neck and chest until my chocolate center can tell you what's next. And I will suck your dick while sitting on your face. And this is not the first time, but it surely be the last time that you will ask me if popsicles really were ready for dinner. That's it.
You done changed that up a lot.
I did. I always change it. See, my whole like, I used to end, with, because sometimes I suck dick while sitting on face. It's not the first time, and surely won't be the last time. In fact, it's the only way. But you ain't gotta take my word. You can ask my friend NakitaJay. Like, I try to throw that in when you in the stuff, like it's like interchangeable when you ain't there, and then people don't know that you're not, my best friend. So I'll be trying to get like a generic version, and then a version when we're in the same room, act like we don't know each other, like for real, for real.
Okay. I see what you did there.
Yeah, I be trying.
Oh, I got some comments. Adrian said, "Okay, divas, poetic that is." And Courtney said, "My safe word is run. She's a runner. She's a track star." Laughing out loud. Did Damone say it when I started typing it? That it was hilarious. Yes. Adrian said, laughing out loud, resurrection, laughing out loud. And then she was like, you know what? Not the belt buckle, because she understands this.
Yeah. Old school.
And Courtney sent some prayer, a church, a cross, she was going to help me, if I needed help. I was pass out. And she said, do you mind if I sample your soul before I take it up there? Yes. So I don't know. We gotta give them a little poetry every now and then. But I'm not following up with anything. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Oh, so in 2 weeks you're gonna follow up. Okay, I see how you do. Your slow burn, slow, just you rolling the orgasms up in your hands, you put it to the side before you smoke that. Okay, I understand.
But I enjoyed this time with you all. I hope y'all enjoyed the poetry.
Hope you enjoy the natural. Like, I don't do natural too much, but like,
And it's looking good, best friend.
I had to do something because I cut all my hair off. I got all this length, and I was like, oh, let me go ahead and pull you out because my best friend's up here slaying these people, men and women, with her short cut. She's slaying these suckers like they're dragging in the streets.
I just, thank you, boo. I just did it because, I wanted to do something different. And, that's where I'm at. So, it's past 11 o'clock. I guess it's time to say night-night.
Night-night.
We love y'all. Mwah.
We love y'all. Stay tuned. We got a special anniversary edition coming on. We may have special guests. We may have gifts. We may have a lot of stuff. But you'll never know what we're going to have unless you tune in. That's right. Watch the polls. Watch our stories. We're going to throw some surprises in besides the 2-cent poll on Wednesday. So get your life together so you can get your life together.
Right. So we can be on one accord, and that's not a Honda Accord.
Look,
Poetic
and
Divas LLC.
put respect on it.
Because we do.
Right. And we also will sponsor clothing and stuff, jewelry. We sponsor anything. Send it to us for free.
Night, night.